know where to start. Jim was my friend. Average guy, 28 years old, average job, average apartment, average life. You know, until he was diagnosed with cancer. Lung cancer. I mean, he doesn't even smoke. After that, a lot of days for him were just onslaughts of medication and doctor visits. Things got worse. A lot of people stopped hanging out with Jim. But you know, even though cancer got in the way of Jim settling down, he never made me feel guilty for fulfilling my own life. He was always there for me, so I would always be there for him. And I guess that's why we stayed best friends.
I was gonna have to watch this thing all by myself.
Sorry, man. Drop the kids off at Mom's.
That's alright.
You're looking terrible.
Thanks. I've been resting up. You know?
Let's go outside.
Alright.
I mean, it got to the point where pretty much every day he'd come by the house and we'd watch some action movies. You know, like Jim, he loved nothing more than being able to just turn it all off for a couple hours and just watch people, you know, like shoot guns in slow-mo. You know, it was one of the few times I ever actually got to see him in a good mood.
It's all well and good, I get it. You thought he was a nice guy. I need to know what you know about the robbery.
It's like I said, if he did anything wrong, he never told me about it.
Anyone could do that.
Then how come we don't know anybody who's ever pulled off a huge heist?
Because that's the whole fear behind it. You know, the fear of getting caught. Anyone who actually could pull it off probably wouldn't even give it a go.
And you think that you could?
Yeah, sure. Without a doubt. I mean, except, you know, I'd do it differently. You know, like find someone with a bunch of money who wouldn't report it if it ever got stolen, like a drug dealer. Something.
Then why don't you get that, Make-A-Wish to set the whole thing up for you?
Yeah, sure. I mean, first off, I'm not an 8-year-old boy. Secondly, it would take the whole adrenaline out of the whole situation, you know? Like, just a bunch of people playing around, just waiting for me to die. And there would be no real consequences with it, like, if I did it.
What if they kept the consequences? You know, made it a really good wish.
I mean, I'd probably just kick the bucket before I even got me into court. You know, and that's only if I got caught, which I wouldn't.
So, if you want the consequences, and you're so sure that you're not going to get caught, you don't even need the Make-A-Wish Foundation. You can just do it. You are insane. That is what I like about you.
You spent a lot of time with him the last few weeks of his life, and he never once mentioned anything.
No.
So you're telling me on a whim, your friend decided to rob Lucille Del Marco?
I don't even know who that is.
Lucille Del Marco is the biggest drug dealer in the 5-state radius, and Jim picked off one of his houses. We don't know how he found the house, but he did find it. And somehow he forced his way into that house.
Hell yes, police.
A late-stage cancer patient forces his way in to a house filled with drug dealers.
Hi. Just wonder if you might want to make a donation to a cancer charity.
And somehow he just walks in and overpowers them all.
Now we're getting robbed. I'm not going out there without something bulletproof.
Come join the party, friend.
This is what we're having trouble with. A bunch of drug dealers with guns let them waltz in, handcuff them, and then walk out with their cash. Oh, and burning all the drugs they had as a cherry on top. Then disappearing without a trace right as we show up. And then we find your friend dead in a hotel room 2 days ago. No trace of the money to be found. Are you telling me he spent $2 million in 6 days?
I don't know.
That is state money. That is evidence. We need to find that.
Yeah, well, you know what? Good luck with that. You know, I want a lawyer now.
That won't be necessary. Just go home.
Good.
Dear Matt, I figured if I made the money out to you, you'd be an idiot and blow it in Vegas. So I set it up for your kids to get it when they turn 18, for school and whatnot. And in case they have any medical problems, don't worry, it's untraceable. I'm not an idiot. P.S. I told you I could do it.
Most people go their whole lives without doing something of epic proportions. Only a few people get the chance to do something even remotely great. For years, the officers would be telling stories about the terminal cancer patient who got away with stealing over $2.5 million and then died a week later. He set my kids up with $1 million each. But I'll always wonder, how did he spend $500,000 in 6 days? And frankly, that's my favorite part.